I've lived in my small North Carolina neighborhood for nearly 32 years, long before the new HOA took over, long before the Karens discovered clipboards, and definitely long before someone decided that a single porch light was a threat to the entire community. See, I'm 67 years old, retired Navy electrician, and I like things simple: a clean yard, a quiet porch, and a small warm bulb that glows outside my front door at night. It's not fancy, it's not bright, it's just a regular bulb I've had for years. But 2 months ago, I got a letter that changed everything. A $150 fine. Reason: unauthorized illumination device. Yes, my porch light. I thought it was a mistake. Maybe they sent the wrong letter. Maybe someone typed the wrong address. So I walked down to the new HOA office, a little trailer they installed next to the clubhouse after renovations, that no one voted for, and asked what the heck was going on. The HOA president, Linda, the kind of person who carries a tape measure in her purse, looked at me like I was a teenager who dedented her car. "It's too warm of a color," she said. "What?" "We voted to restrict outdoor lighting to HOA-approved LED daylight bulbs. No exceptions. Yours is yellow. It disrupts the visual harmony of the neighborhood." Visual harmony. I've been through hurricanes that caused less damage than the eye roll I gave her. I explained, calmly, that I've had that light since before the HOA even existed, but she already had a folder with my name on it, a thick one, and she slid another paper across the desk. Failure to replace the bulb within 48 hours would result in additional daily fines. That's when I realized this wasn't about a bulb. It was about control. Well, if they wanted a fight, they accidentally picked one with a man who spent 40 years wiring naval ships in the dark, on rolling waves, during storms. And I know electricity better than anyone in that HOA combined. The breaking point: 2 days later, I got a second letter. Another fine, another threat. So I drove around the neighborhood that night to cool off. And that's when I noticed something interesting. The HOA had installed brand new decorative pathway lights all along the clubhouse sidewalk. Dozens of them. And on top of that, the clubhouse porch lights, sign lights, parking lot lights, everything was blazing like Times Square. The kicker: all of those lights were powered by a supply panel that was on my property line. Why? Because the HOA built the new lighting system without updating their own wiring maps. The panel they used was originally installed decades ago to service my old barn, and when the HOA bought adjacent land, they tapped into that line thinking it was shared. It wasn't, it was mine. They were fining me for a porch light, while using my power to light up their entire clubhouse. I wasn't angry anymore, I was motivated. The ultimate revenge, completely legal. I called the county energy office and explained the situation. They sent an inspector to verify the panel ownership. He looked at the serial number, the installation date, my deed records, and said exactly what I hoped he'd say. "Yep, this is your meter. They're pulling power off your line. That's unauthorized usage." I asked him what my options were. He shrugged. "Well, you can file a complaint, or you can simply request a disconnect of all secondary lines attached to it." I smiled. "Oh, I'd like that second one." He grinned back. "You want it permanent or temporary?" "Let's say temporary." "Very temporary." He scheduled the disconnect for Saturday night. Why Saturday? Because that's when the HOA hosts their elegant community dinner, a fancy outdoors event they bragged about for weeks. 60 guests, string lights, warmers, speakers, projectors, all powered by my line. At exactly 6:17 p.m., as everyone dressed in pastel sweaters sat down for dinner, the inspector arrived and flipped the breaker. Every single HOA-owned light went black. The walkway lights died first. Then the sign lights flickered out. Then the clubhouse porch lights vanished. Then the string lights at the dinner dimmed to nothing. People gasped. Someone tripped over a centerpiece. A plate shattered. Linda shrieked, who turned off the lights. I was sitting on my porch with a glass of iced tea, watching my tiny, unauthorized porch light glowing peacefully in the darkness. 5 minutes later, Linda marched down my driveway with 2 board members. "You shut off the clubhouse power," she barked. "No," I said calmly. "The county did. Turns out you've been stealing electricity from my line. And since you fined me for my own porch light, I figured it was only fair that I stopped paying for yours." Her mouth opened and closed like a confused goldfish. The next morning, everyone in the neighborhood got a letter from the county ordering the HOA to remove the illegal wiring immediately, at their own expense. And the HOA quietly removed the fine from my account. They haven't said a word about my porch light since, and it's still glowing every night, warm, yellow, and beautifully unapproved.